airports to prisons. Those cuts will also have a big impact at Wisconsin's only federal prison. Right now, there's concern potential staffing shortages may not be able to keep up with the number of inmates. NBC 15's Brittany McDonald spoke with union leaders today in Oxford.
Budget cuts at federal prisons like this one in Oxford means fewer staff members, but not fewer inmates. So the main concern is still being able to run these facilities safely.
The last 7 years, we've been running at a minimum staffing level, skeleton crews, if you will. And now with sequestration coming into play, we're going to be looking at even deeper cuts in those staffing levels. It's not going to be safe.
Oxford's Federal Correctional Institute's Union Vice President James Salzwedel says sequestration would mean cuts of about 21 staff members to an already short staff for their nearly 1,300 inmates.
Our management, our exec staff believes that they can actually run a prison with, 20, 30, 40% less staff.
The Bureau of Prisons budget stands to lose $338 million. And staff members have already been told they'll be furloughed without pay for 14 days this year.
Direct results are assaults on staff.
Assaults like the one just last night at Canaan Penitentiary in Pennsylvania, when a federal correctional officer was killed by an inmate using a homemade weapon.
We walk into a job unarmed every day. We carry keys, handcuffs, and a flashlight. If we were properly staffed, the odds of something like that occurring would drastically decrease.
Also facing cuts are re-entry programs for inmates.
We need to find a way to keep these guys from reoffending.
Why are the staff paying the price, and why aren't the inmates suffering a little bit?
However, Union President Dave Dowman says cutting back on inmate privileges would be an alternative to staffing cutbacks.
We can cut back on some education things. We can cut back on recreation. We can, cut back on visiting.
Oxford's institute wouldn't directly respond, but the U.S. Department of Justice echoed the union leaders' concerns with this statement. While the Justice Department is considering what steps can be taken to aid Bureau of Prisons, none of the department's actions can mitigate the severity of every cut faced. James and Dave have voiced their concerns to congressional representatives and urge you to do the same. In Oxford, Brittany McDonald, NBC 15.